And it's Vets Media, Ken Kreitzer. We cover cadets, midshipmen, military, and veterans proudly since 2008 and Iona University basketball. And we're so glad to have our friend, Iona alumnus, Kevin Hamilton, former star on the Iona Jimmy Valvano teams that went to the NCAA tournament. Kevin, how are you?
Very good, Ken. Good to be with you.
Great to have a chance to talk with you. Well, we're going to be out tonight at the UBS Arena as Iona's going to play St. Joseph, a very good team from Philadelphia. Take us through some of the games they played in the tournament and came up short against High Point, Long Beach State, and then Buffalo. But tell us a little bit about the tournament that Iona played in Thanksgiving.
So, what I'd like to tell you about is the Iona team. The tournament was pretty good. They played some decent teams. High Point is having a decent year, so that was a tough game. They beat Buffalo pretty easily. But the story of the Gales season thus far is really continuity and them becoming a team. With so many new players, Coach Anderson and his staff is really trying to get them to play together and understand the concepts of how to play as an Iona Gale team that he's coaching. One of the biggest issues for Iona at this point, though, is the absence of their lone returning player from last year, Osborne Shema. And I will tell you this, when they get him back, and hopefully tonight, I'm hearing some rumblings that he may be playing tonight. They're going to need him tonight, by the way. Once he's back, I think you're going to see that team really come together because they're relying on three freshmen to really step up and do the jobs that they would normally have to learn on the job training with some of the senior leadership. So Osborne is a big part of the Gales being able to pull it together. His presence on the inside is something sorely needed. And then certainly being able to make threes and protect the rim and run up and down the floor for his size is much needed. What I think the Gales are going to need to do, though, is really lean on and rely on the two graduate students, Trey Toot and Ponza. And if those two can really step up and be consistent, it's going to help the Gales when Shema returns and the freshmen continue to play the way that they're playing. So Tobin has his hands full, and he's doing a very, very solid job getting them to continue to play hard, getting contributions from as many players as he can. He plays up to 11 guys a game, and maybe 12 at sometimes. But he's doing a very, very solid job. In reference to tonight, I hope you don't mind me keep going. In reference to tonight against St. Joe's, it's a very challenging game for them. St. Joe's has shown that they're a very, very good team, almost beating Kentucky in Kentucky and with some very solid wins thus far this year. They're big, they're physical, and then they have 6 guys that average double figures. So when you know you're going to roll the ball out and you can automatically bank 60 points to start the game, that's a very challenging feat for the opponents. So the Gales are going to have to defend, and they're going to have to really rely on their young guys on the inside to lock down a couple of the bigs that St. Joseph's have. But St. Joe's is a very good team. It's a great contest. It'll be a great environment, being the nightcap of 3 games. First game, I believe, is Bryant versus Townsend. Second game is Delaware versus Rhode Island, I believe. And Iona in the nightcap against a very, very good St. Joseph's team. So the UBS should be rocking. The Gale fans will be out there, and look for Iona to play in a very competitive contest.
Very good. Now, when we saw them play against Sacred Heart in November, Eden Treytu, had a breakout game. I think it was 34 points. How has his game been progressing during the stretch?
He's been up and down. That was certainly a breakout game for him, a home opener for his career at Iona. He shot the lights out. Since then, he's been struggling a little bit from three. And when his three ball's not going, you rely on him to get to the basket, get to the rim, get to the foul line. Um, and he's been struggling a little bit with that. But he's a consummate leader. He knows what it takes to get it done. And I look for him to have a big game tonight. UBS is a very good shooting arena. So between him and Weezer Ponzo, I think that those two can lead the Gales to being very competitive tonight.
Yeah, tell us if you would a little bit about Wiza Ponzo. He's from Ontario, Canada, 6'7", 205. How has his season been going? I thought Iona really was needing to work on their point guard play early in the year.
So Weezer is playing much better. He got off to a tough start, shooting the three, which is what he does best. He's come around lately, really rising his percentages. I think he's up to almost 40% from three at this point, which is good. But that's what he does best. As you know, he was the second best 3-point shooter in the nation last year. So when he's open, you expect him to hit those shots. It's a little difficult though early in the season as you get used to playing Coach Anderson's style. As he said at his kickoff meeting, a lot of these guys are probably saying to themselves, "So what did I get myself into?" Because they're playing much faster than they've ever played before. They're playing at a pace on defense that can tire someone out if you're not used to that pace. And if you're a 3-point shooter and you're tired, you end up shooting the ball short. But I see Weezer coming around with his 3-point shot. Trey too has been getting into quite a bit of foul trouble lately, so he has to stay on the floor to help the Gales and be more effective. It's really been the freshmen that have carried the Gales, doing a great job. You mentioned the point guard. I love the kid Quigley in the backcourt. I think he is very solid, capable of scoring, capable of being a great passer, and not afraid to mix it up. You have the big fella in the middle. I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, but he's doing just a fantastic job holding the fort down, playing such a key role without Osborne in the lineup. And then you have Arangoni, number 4, the kid that's doing a fantastic job for the Gales, scoring quite a bit.
Venezuela.
Oh yeah, scoring quite a bit and playing solid defense. So between those three, the Gales are off to a good start with their young guys, but they need Osborne back in the lineup.
Well, certainly, Kevin, it's a pleasure. As we on Camp Vets Media make our transition from college football focus to college basketball, what are some of the things that you see happening in college basketball so far as we progress through the non-conference schedule?
Well, it's fair game for everyone this year. It's so wide open. There's no clear dominant team. You got to look at UConn and think that they're going to be there at the end because they're just so talented, so deep, so well coached, and they're playing very well. Got a big win last night against Gonzaga. Marquette is a very good team. You have the usual suspects with the Indianas of the world, with Kentucky. Villanova's a good team this year. I think a lot of people are anxious to see what comes out of the Big East this year. I won't mention any names since a lot of Iona fans are going to be watching this. But there's a lot of curiosity with how good some of the teams in the Big East will be.
Well, I guess you were hinting at how Coach Pitino might be doing over at St. John's. He's got the same kind of structure, bringing in basically 11 new players, holding over Joel Soriano from Westchester, who we saw play so well last year. I think Coach Pitino's off to a good start over there.
Well, he's not off to the start that he wanted to be, but we all know Coach Pitino. He'll at some point pull it together. They have some of the same issues that Iona has, which is so many new players playing together for the first time, trying to pull it together. And, he's doing the very best he can, very tough schedule. And when the Big East Conference starts, he'll have some good nights and some bad nights. But, Coach, he'll do what he can to pull it together.
Well, we will see you tonight at the UBS Arena. My first trip out there, and Holiday Hoop Fest in Belmont Park, New York. It's very easy to get to. I got to figure out the parking, but and it's a 7 o'clock game against St. Joseph. Very good school from Philadelphia, and I know there's an Iona alumni reception starting about 5 o'clock, and you can find that, I'm sure, on the Iona website, and we'll be over there. But Kevin, good to see you. Always good to talk, get your insight, and we'll look forward to talking to you as the season progresses.
Ken, thanks for the invite. Always appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you tonight.
Okay, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you, your family, and all of our viewers. This is Cam Vets Media. One of the groups that we are sponsored by are the New York Yankees. And I know they have a lot of big plans. We'll have a note about their opportunities for coming season. Also, the Special Operations Warrior Foundation, who take care of the children of fallen members of the Special Operations Armed Forces community, mentoring them, and also providing college scholarships. And we'll have a link to their website. Kevin, good to see you. We'll see you at the game tonight.
All right, Ken. All the best.
Thanks so much. It's Ken Kreitzer for Cam Vets Media, and thank you for watching.